Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the finale of Community Cup Season number 2. This is Community Cup number 20, and boy, do we have some runners and racers here tonight. Now, that actually does kind of sting to see that, because for this week's sprint EPU, that extra point Uma, I was looking for the rice shower. Now, the thing that does make it difficult is that they both have bad and awful. So if you were to ever tell me rigged allegations, this would not be the place, because why would I ever give the EPUs a bad and awful mood? I don't know. That's just me. That is just me. I want to see them thrive. I want to see them succeed. Way down yonder, coming in at the number 3 favorite, we've got Mayfu's Rice Shower. Right next to that one is going to be Feast Rice Shower, coming in as the number 2 favorite. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite we got right next to me is going to be Kalua's Sakura Bakushin O. Now, we do have a couple newcomers to this event. We're going to be here at the Tuglow 1400 meter turf sprint track. Now, one thing to note is with these newcomers, will they be able to overthrow the old guard, the OGs? Oh wait, OG, old guard. Oh wow. Typically it's original gangster, but the old guard actually fits really well there too. That I wasn't even expecting that one. Okay. But you know, we do have some very strong trainers here in the community. Will they be able to turn around and overthrow them and give them a little run for their money? Or will the OGs show why they are OGs for a reason? One thing to note is that the PTSD has still not finished. We do have an air groove here on the sprint. If y'all remember, if y'all recall, way back when, that debut derby where air grooved absolutely dominated, that is something that we're going to have to be looking out for. Now, I cannot tell if we have any front runners. If we did, it's very awkward, because this rice shower is supposed to be a pace chaser, and I can't tell if we have a lucky pace or not, because everybody is just absolutely juicing right now. Currently, we do have first place is going to be Sakura Bakushin O, followed by that rice shower. Then we do have the Taikis and the Daiwa in the back, hopefully looking to round and make their move as we move into this final leg. Rice shower, both of them are trying to fight both of the Sakura Bakushin O's. Now, we do have it looks like in first place is going to be Sakura as we get closer to the finish line, but Rice Shower is taking the lead. Taiki Shuttle's trying to push forward. King Halo on the outside is trying to as well. Rice Shower's keeping her positioning, and it looks like Rice Shower is going to be able to take the lead and take this one. We got an EPU first place, baby. That's what I like to see. Oh, baby, I like to see that. Come on now, help me now. Hey, come on now. We already starting strong with the Rice Shower EPUs. Come on, help me now. Oh, that is so massive, as y'all know. For this month, at the very least, for Season 2, we do have plus 5 points for every EPU that is used, as long as they get 1st through 5th place. So that is going to be massive for them. Now, we do have... See, that's very interesting, because I don't know if it was this Sakura that was fighting for first or not. That was a very, very interesting race. So we do have coming in at 5th place, we've got Feast Rice Shower making the EPU. So I can tell you this right now. He may be in 5th place, but he gets 2nd place just due to how the points work. He would get 1 point for being in 5th, but with that plus 5, he gets 6 points, and that is the strength of the EPUs. In 4th place, we've got Lyra's Taiki Shuttle. In 3rd place, we got Lofin's Sakura Bakushin O, a newcomer making their name, getting a podium here. Okay, I see it. He said, you know, I may not be getting dubs, but I am getting podiums. That is still a very strong start, a strong debut, if you will. In 2nd place, we've got Galga's King Halo. And in 1st place, we've got Mayfu's Rice Shower. Woo! boy, hey, I tell you. And we got S on Sprint. I'm just saying. Did you use a guest run on that? And they used a guest run. I'm just saying. Out here absolutely cooking it up. Chefing it up in the kitchen. That's what I like to see. GG's will be back with the next race momentarily. Don't you go anywhere. Oh, ladies and gents, we are back here with our mile track. And I am looking for either a Tokai Teo or an Anime Teo, just depending on which one you had available or maybe was banned against you from previous weeks. So we do have 3 different EPUs here today. We've got Meifu with the Tokai Teo, Lyra with the Tokai Teo, and then we also have Roy D with the Tokai Teo. Now, Roy D is the only one that is going to have the normal one. The other 2 will be the anime versions. Now, I have many issues with the normal Tokai Teo. However, maybe Roy D comes out, cooks, shows me how it's done. Maybe Meifu or Lyra turns around and is like, hey, this is the superior one. Or maybe, actually, none of them probably win out. Maybe it's just a different track for other Umas, but we're gonna find that out here very shortly. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we've got Galga's Wodka. At the number 2 favorite, right here, we've got Kalua's Grass Wonder. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have, oh, hey, my chair went all the way back, the Pika's Nice Nature. Now, do not forget, just because we are favorited does not mean we will actually be the favorite to win. That just means we got fans. That just means we popular. And that means anything goes here today. Here at the Fukushima 1800 meter cup, race track, we are going to be spotlighting the Tokai Teos to see if they can rise from the ashes like a phoenix and actually take a dub. Maybe they can Teo step their way in and show them how it's done. Or maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a different Uma win here today. Of course, I'm going to be a little bit biased towards the EPUs, a little more so because it is Tokai Teo. But if there's one thing that we should note that we should never count out is going to be the Wodka, because it can always be a Wodka angle. Looks like taking that front running position, whether they are Lucky Pace or whether they are front running, is going to be that El Condor Passa. Now, El Condor Passa stonks have always continually been on the rise here in the community cups, here at the debut derbies, here on this channel. As she's taking first place, we are going to be fighting for second between the 3 Tokai Teos and a Nice Nature. Our late surgers are going to be 2 Wodkas, a Grass Wonder, and a Nice Nature as well, and that'll round out everybody here today. With under 1,000 meters left in the track, we're almost halfway through the race itself, and now the El Condor Passa, I'm just saying, as a solo front or maybe even a Lucky Pace, it is looking scary for Beast. As the positions are moving up, as the Umas are moving up, we do see the Wodkas starting to really get closer, and now we're going into that final leg, and the the El Condor Passa has taken off, and she looks like she's going to try to keep her lead for right now. As the Fury Speeds are popping off, everybody else is trying to catch up. Tokai Teos are moving in. We've got the Grass Wonder. We've got the Nice Nature. Everybody's moving in, but nobody is catching the El Condor Passa until now! Until now! At the very end! At the very end! Oh my... Grass Wonder was right there. El Condor Passa, did she give up her lead? And then I think there was a Tokai Teo somewhere in the mix too. I don't know where anybody ended up at. Somebody help me now. We are just going to be a camera Uma here, so that's going to be alright. Now, do we... Oh! I'm telling you, I don't care. I do not care. I swear to you, normal Tokai Teo is just cursed. Even with the S-Mile, with 1200 speed, look at all these skills. What do you mean? What do you mean? We're absolutely cooking here. What are we talking about here? Come on now. Absolute. Oh. What a shame. Coming in 5th place. Coming in 5th place. Another EPU. We've got Lyra's anime, Tokai Teo, even with the S mile as well. Yo, is there just like a buff to getting S on Umas that don't have the natural aptitude? Because what is going on here? That is wild. And I did see this unique pop off. I don't think I saw normal Teo's unique pop off. I will say the conditions are a little bit more difficult, and that does kind of suck, but it is what it is. So we do have that anime Teo coming in 5th place from Lyra. In 4th place, we've got Dapika's Nice Nature. Now, one thing, oh man, I don't know where this EPU is. I know there's a Teo somewhere up here, so I'm just gonna rip it off like a band-aid and see what we got. Oh, what do you mean? I cannot believe it. Meifu's anime Tokai Teo coming in 3rd place, getting a podium, showing them how it is done. Now, what I cannot believe is that the El Condor Pasa from Feast actually lost out by a nose to the Grass Wonder. But let me tell you something. Even if we get 2nd place, the stonks are still stonking. Alright? They are still cooking for the El Condor Pasa. Kahlua, 1st place with the Grass Wonder by a nose. If any of these skills saved him by the skin of his teeth, what really, I believe, pushed him just barely ahead was that S-Mile. If there was an S-Mile here, maybe that would have cooked. Obviously, if there was another front runner, El Condor Pasa would have destroyed. But Kahlua's Grass Wonder popping off and grabbing 1st place here today at Community Cup number 20. GG's. We'll be back momentarily. One thing that I do want to make mentions of before we go into this is that we do not have any EPUs for this track. I was looking for a Smart Falcon, and that is completely okay that there are no Smart Falcons. I understand her flexibility being used in the dirt is crucial to this, at least early on, economy of what we have available to us. With that being said, one thing that I do want to make mentions of that makes me so very happy is the variety of Umas that we have here today. We have a summer special week. We've got the Narita Taishin, the Fuji Kiseki. We have three Mejiro Ryans. We've got a Simbali Rudolph. We've got a winning ticket and a Meisho Doto. While we do have 3 of 1, at least it's not all the same that is clumped together that we typically see. We do have different Umas here today, and I really do like that a lot. So having that variety, seeing the Fuji Kiseki, the Meisho Dotos, that makes me very excited for this race. And honestly, to just see what's going to happen here today. Now, coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Meifu's Mejiro Ryan. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Kahlua's Summer Special Week right here. And then coming in at the number 1 favorite, way down yonder, is going to be Roy D's Mejiro Ryan. Now, with so many Ryans here on the track today, at the Niigata 2200 meter track, the one thing that we have to take note of is that with the Ryans, there's only one 6th place. Only one is going to pop off. Or will it even be one of the Mejiro Ryans? We're going to have to take note of that to see what really happens here. Also, alongside that, I wasn't paying attention, and I did not see if the Meisho Doto was going to be running pace or late. Now, there are arguments to pace because her kit has a lot of pace skills. There is one argument for late that does help her unique, and she does get that gold Indomitable, which is not locked to a specific style. So, if she wanted to, she could do that if she so chooses. However, just based on how she's running, it does look like she is going to be a pace chaser. Now, this lobby is going to be juicy. We are going to have the lucky pace be the Fuji Kiseki, followed up by the pace chasing Meisho Doto, followed up by everybody else as a late surger, and then Narita Taishin as that end closer. This is going to be a race of how slow are you? How many mid-leg skills are you missing because at this point, with this type of race, with so many late surgers, you're really banking on making sure, can I get that pumping some iron off compared to my other opponents? Now, first place is going to be Fuji Kiseki. Second, we're going to have Meisho Doto. Third is going to be a Megid Orion. Fourth is going to be that Summer Special Week. Fifth is going to be being overtaken, and now it's going to be Megid Orion in fifth, pushing up the fourth. Winning ticket is going to be in sixth. And then we do have the Simbali Rudolph at 7. For some reason, there's a Megid Orion who is sitting in the very back behind the camera Uma. With 800 meters left to go in this race, as we kick off into the final leg, we do have a Megid Orion who's sitting in second, and she is already on the tail of Fuji Kiseki. As that late surger coefficient, that is not going to be looking good for the Fuji Kiseki. As we round the corner, 400 meters left to go, and we're going to hit this final straight. It's going to be a long one, and it's going to be a tough one. Megid Orion is already taking her lead, but it looks like Simbali Rudolph is trying to catch up right behind her. Fuji Kiseki is slowly but surely fading away into third place, and right now, right here, Megid Orion dominates. She said, I don't need to pump some iron. I got the results. I've been training the entire time for this. It's time for me to use these muscles and put them to good use. And let me tell you something, to good use they were used. The mesmerizing muscles of Megid Orion here today has turned around and granted her that first place finish. Now, very unfortunately so, it does pain me to see that the Meisho Doto did get 6th place. I will say it's probably a lot in part due to how her unique works. If she was a late surger, it may have been a little bit easier to proc the unique. However, I'm not even 100% sure if she got it to proc in the first place. Coming in at 5th place, we do have Kalua's Summer Special Week. In 4th place, we've got Roy D's Megid Orion. In 3rd place, claiming a podium, is Blay NP's Fuji Kiseki. In 2nd, we've got Feast the Beast, Simbali Rudolph, the Emperor, if you will. And last but not least, 1st place going to Galga's Megid Orion, the mesmerizing muscles, the S in the medium, and honestly, just came out here to cook and said, what's up with it? Grabbing the 1st place, GG's. We'll be back with our long race. Don't go anywhere. We are back with our long race, and in this race I was looking for either a Fuji Kiseki to be in the long or a Seiun Sky as an end closer for this EPU for the week. Now, Meifu, I have nothing but respect for you because Seiun Sky will not even get to use her unique, and the fact that you came into this with an end closer, Seiun Sky, makes me so very happy. However, if I could have rigged it in your favor to get you at least a good mood, I would have. But this, unfortunately, is how the cookie crumbles. So this is going to be a very difficult race here today. If y'all see the segs, it is there. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. Now, going into this race, we are going to have, at the number 3 favorite, is Kalua's Daiwa Scarlet. At the number 2 favorite, we've got Galga's Narita Taishin. And then at the number 1 favorite, we have Lyra's Daiwa Scarlet. Now, we do have one Daiwa Scarlet that is going to be a front runner. Also, as y'all know, when it rains, it pours. And when I sleep, I snore. Here at the Nakayama 2,500 meter race track, it's going to be a rainy day today. And we are on a short long. That's okay with me. But y'all know I love the rain because it will decrease our stamina even more so. Because instead of running, we're going to be swimming on this racetrack today. Now, if these Umas don't have the stamina, if they don't have the power in order to get through this, they just going to be left in the pool and they're going to be floating around. They are not going to be swimming here today. Now, another thing to note, one Uma that I have learned throughout all the community cups, throughout the debut derbies, to not underestimate is going to be the TM Opera O. If we do not shine a spotlight on her, she will forcibly take the spotlight from us and prove to us why she is the focus, the main star of the show. Again, we do have that front running Daiwa Scarlet in first place. Fighting for positioning is going to be our pace chasers. We're going to have 2 Daiwa Scarlets, 1 TM Opera O, a Megiddo McQueen, and a Bride Mayano Top Gun. Rounding out our caboose is going to be the Seiyun Sky EPU. We're going to have the Narita Taishin and the Gold Ship. Now, as this race continues, it's going to be rainy, and let me tell you, it looks like we potentially may have a chance of gassing some folks out if they are not well enough prepared to go the distance. Will we call somebody Hercules here? Will they go the distance? That's what we're going to find out today. Currently, we do have the Daiwa Scarlet in second place that is already pushing up, and she forces Kahlua's front-running Daiwa Scarlet to use her unique. However, there is no effectiveness out of that unique as the second place pace chaser is right on her heels. We do have the Gold Ship that is already moved up into 5th place, and we haven't even started into the mid leg, or excuse me, into the final leg. 800 meters left to go in this race, and it looks like the front-running Daiwa Scarlet is already starting to sink backwards into the pack and into the pool. We do have that pace chaser, Daiwa Scarlet, that is taken off, and she is running and gunning for her life. She sees the Gold Ship in the rear view mirror, and that Gold Ship says, hey, we in my territory. I'm here in the waters. Ship is in my name. Swimming and floating is my game. However, Daiwa Scarlet is trying her best to keep hold, and she said, you can swim all you want, but I'm gonna sink you today, baby. We playing Battleship, and it's hook, line, and sinker. We gonna come in first place with that Daiwa Scarlet. Second place is gonna go to the Gold Ship. In third place, I ain't got no clue because I wasn't even paying attention to it, truth be told. Whoo, what a race here today, ladies and gents. That's totally fine. We are only a camera Uma here in this race. Coming in 5th place, we've got Lyra's Daiwa Scarlet. Oh, what do you mean? The end closer Seiyun Sky actually grabbed... What? Oh my... Oh, let's go! That is Meifu. That's what I like to see, Meifu. The S on the long. Coming in with the end closer. Absolutely destroying the competition here today. Getting those EPU points, them extra point Umas with the Seiyun Sky. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy to see that. In third place, we've got Roy D's Megiddo McQueen, the normal. Ooh, the S in the turf, the S on the long, the triple golds. I got nothing but respect for that because, you know, he knows me pretty well. I like to throw in the long longs, but this is still very strong. In second place, we got Feast the Beast Gold Ship. Got the S on the medium and the long. Can flex it either way that he so chooses. But I can respect that he is going to use that Gold Ship here today. And last but not least, Blay NP. He said, you know what? I wasn't here at the beginning of the month when the bands came out, but let me tell you, I'm going to be here at the end, and I'm going to make me a name for myself real quick. Getting first place with the Daiwa Scarlet. I couldn't tell you how this wins. I ain't got no clue. We got the S and long. We got the 1023 speed. We not even maxed out on the speed. Absolutely incredible performance from this Daiwa Scarlet here today. GG's. We'll be back with our dirt race momentarily. We're back with our last and final race for group number A, and we're going to be at the dirt track. Now, what I was looking for this week was going to be a Megiddo McQueen, whether it was the normal or whether it was the anime version, and we do have one of each. We've got Feast the Beast with the Megiddo McQueen, the normal, and we've got Meifu with the anime McQueen. Now, I will say, Meifu has been getting carried by these EPUs. They told me 2 weeks of getting zeros on the EPUs. Finally, I'm cashing out on this dub. So coming in third place, we've got way down yonder. It's going to be Feast Megiddo McQueen. It's as the second favorite we've got here is going to be Mayfu's Anime McQueen. And coming in as the number one favorite, it is going to be the Fantasy Grass Wonder Blay and P's Fantasy El Condor Passa. Now, here today at the Tokyo 2100 meter dirt, we are going to be running for our lives on this one. If the McQueens can actually come up and show up and say, hey, we were able to do the do, maybe so can you. This is going to be the last race for this group. Will Mayfu turn around and get a 30-plus point week? Or will they be stopped at 25 and say you're not allowed to have no more? With so many El Condor passes, with the stonks that have ever been infinitely rising, will the fantasy or the normal one be able to do something here today? Will Umamusume take first place away? Or will it be an Oguri Cap, or maybe everybody's favorite loser, the Haru Urara? As we go ahead and start this race today, we are going to have the Maruzenskis fighting for that first place against the Anime McQueen here on this dirt track. And let me tell you, I actually am very happy to see a McQueen because, especially on the dirt, it does look very nice. Now, we do have one Maruzenski who has fallen back, so it's not going to be looking too good for her. 1,400 meters left in this race. We do have in fourth place the Oguri Cap, who looks like she's going to be trying to push forward as best as she can. First place is going to be at that Maruzenski, and then coming in, we do have a battle for fifth between the El Condor Passa and the normal McQueen. Our late surges, we're going to have the Haru Urara, I believe the Fantasy El Condor Passa, and I believe one more Oguri Cap there in the back. As we get ready to go into the final leg, we do need to make sure, will the Maruzenski Uniques be good timing? Will they be effective? Or, oh, those are super effective. Let me tell you, those are some damn good Maruzenski Uniques that just procced right there. Will they have that good enough aptitude to keep it going? Or will somebody else come home and take home the bacon? We do have that Maruzenski still holding out in first. Oguri Cap is going to be in second. It's a fight for third between the Anime McQueen and the Maruzenski, but let me tell you right now, Oguri with the triumphant pulse, will she be able to push through and take the lead? Yes, she will! Oguri Cap is going to take the dub. Oguri Cap first place. Let's go, Maruzenski. What happened? You had it. You had it, and then you lost it. We got to take a look at the aptitudes on this one. Maruzenski does not have a B or an A aptitude, so I'm very curious to see how that played out there for him. Unfortunately so. Beast the Beast. Got the A dirt. Had some very strong skills, but unfortunately was not able to push forward and get that dub here today. At least top 5 is what I would claim as a dub, especially for an EPU. However, I got nothing but the utmost respect for running the Megiddo McQueen EPU. In fifth place, we've got Blay and P's Fantasy El Condor Passa. Somehow making it through a 2,100 meter race with 613 stamina. Somebody help me now. I couldn't tell you. We actually have a 30-plus week here. Mayfu coming out, destroying the competition with the Anime McQueen, solidifying, I believe that's, 32 points that they have made in 1 week. If there were ever a time to have a banger week, this is the type that you would want to look for. Anime McQueen popping off with the A in dirt and just proving Mayfu ain't here to play, we're here to win. In third place, we've got Lyra's Maruzenski. Maybe too much time at the hot springs kind of did not help you out as best as it could, but still relatively solid. In second place, we've got Kalua's Maruzenski. You mean to tell me? No! I don't think it was a gas out. I think Swinging Maestro hit. But man, even with... Oh, it was the B in medium. It had to be the B in medium that got him. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate there. Lost out by a length and 3/4. First place going to the Pikas. Oh, goody cap. The S in dirt, giving them that extra power to just push ahead and take home the victory. GG's to every racer here today. We'll be back with group number B momentarily. Don't go anywhere. We are back with group number B, and this is going to be the final group for the night before we do the finale of the YouTubers versus Twitchers. Now, I do want to make mentions that Rice Shower was the UMA that I was looking for as far as the extra point UMA, the EPU. However, we don't have that. What we do have is only fronts or lates. It's either Sakura Bakushin O or King Halo or the one Haru Urara. Let me tell you, this is going to be crazy. And honestly, if I were to take a bet on who would win, I would put my money on King Halo, which I wish I did a Twitch prediction poll. That would have been super fun. But this is going to be a crazy race here today, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we have Butosei's Sakura Bakushin O. Coming in at the number 2. Oh, nope, my hand got cut off. Ah, I lost my hand. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Yotz's King Halo. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have Kunoko's King Halo. Now, you can go ahead and put your bets in the chat on who you think will win between King Halo or the Sakura Bakushin O or the Haru Urara. However, here we are at the Chukyo 1400 meter race course today. And this is the day where we kick off the group number B's starting race for this cup of Community Cup number 20. Now, no EPUs here. That's fine. You know, I understand that sometimes those EPU runs can be difficult, and sometimes you just don't have the sparks to do so. But what we do have here are many Umas who still are putting their lives on the line so they can get that fame and glory that is in this sprint track. Now, we are going to have these Sakura Bakushin O's who are going to be racing all against each other. In theory, and hopefully, that gives them enough time to get away from these King Halos. With 1,000 meters left in this race, the biggest issue here, though, is going to be, will they be able to catch up? It is a sprint. It is something that is very relatively RNG heavy. So maybe they have the chance to turn around and juice up and turn around and get a dub for themselves. As we hit the under 600 meter mark in this race and we're entering into the final leg, we do have the unrestrained coming off from the Laguna Zero. Unfortunately, we do have one debuff. Yotes, shaking my head. I'm gonna call you out on that one. But he was my room maker, so we couldn't get any changes on that. Under 200 meters left to go, we do have Sakura Bakushin O in the lead at 1. We have a King Halo on the inner side that's trying to come in and push. And it just wasn't enough. Even against the debuff. Even against the debuff, I would have lost that bet because I would have said it was a King Halo. Debuffs be damned. Sakura Bakushin O is still going to come out in first place. Coming in 5th place, however, we do have Horion's King Halo. In 4th place with a -1 point deduction will be Yotz's King Halo for the debuff. In 3rd place, we've got Pavlova's Sakura Bakushin O. Okay. In 2nd place, we've got Draguin's King Halo. I'm telling you, man, the sprint stats are just ridiculous. And in 1st place, we have Laguna Zero's Sakura Bakushin O. Was it the beeline burst difference? I've got no idea. However, I did lose to a beeline burst in CM3. That was funny. But you know who didn't lose? Is Laguna Zero's Sakura Bakushin O. GG's. We'll be back with our next race Don't go anywhere. Coming into race number 2, it looks like we exhausted all of the EPU gamers. Coming into race number 2, we are going to have a lot of... you either one or the other. You, you either got the awful or bad, or you got the great and the good. Boy, I'm telling you, seeing these moods are just... can be very disheartening. However, that does not take away from the fact that we have the opportunity to still get that dub. Now, coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Pavlova's Gundam Bourbon. At the number 2 favorite, we have Kunimitsu's Vodka. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have Joe's, aka Difos's Narita Brian. Now, as y'all know, my favorite type of weather condition is the rain. Because when it rains, it pours, and when I sleep, I most definitely snore. We are here at the Fukushima 1800 meter race course today, where our Umas, we have a little bit more variety compared to fronts and lates. Now we at least have a pace chaser. And I think we did have, yeah, there we go. I did see that gold ship as the end closer. Now, one thing to also mention is that we do have a Summer Marozensky. Since she got the bikini on, maybe she has a slight little buff, a slight little advantage in the rain. Maybe Gold Ship has an advantage too. You know, boats are typically good in water, but it doesn't mean that they can necessarily swim or sail, because they can definitely sink and fail. Now, as we start this race off, though, our front runners, we have multiple front runners here today. We do have that Gundam Bourbon, as well as 2 Silent Suzukas and that Summer Marozensky. That Smaru is going to lose the lead to the Gundam Bourbon as we round this first corner. Looks like she's going to take that back, and that is going to be quite all right. Our pace chaser today is going to be the El Condor Pasa, the ever-rising Stonks. I've never not seen her lose any stonks. Our late surgers are going to be the Grass Wonder, Nice Nature, Narita Brian, and the Wodkas. And then we're going to end out in the back in the caboose with that gold ship. As the gold ship unique procs, that means we're going to be around 800 meters left to go in this race. The Silent Suzukas are falling behind, which is not going to be good. If they've already fallen behind, there is almost guaranteed no way for them to make it back up. As we go ahead and start this final leg, the Smaru is going to get that angling and scheming, I can only presume, because she has started to make a bigger lead. Gundam Bourbon sitting in second place. We do have Silent Suzuka in third. Grass Wonder's already pushed up, and she is looking to make a move. Narita Brian is bobbing and weaving, but she's not making any ground. Smaru is proving that maybe a bikini in the rain isn't a bad idea. Maybe she is on to something. Maybe we should see more Umas in bikinis. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But at the very least, she is going to go ahead and take that first place. Now, coming in on the number 5 spot is going to be Draguin's Grass Wonder. Coming in at number 4, we've got Yotz's Silent Suzuka. I'm very surprised to see that this did not fall behind even harder. Coming in at the 3rd place spot, we've got Joe, aka Difos's Narita Brian. Which, honestly, with the way the stats were looking here, I was thinking maybe they may have popped off a little harder. In the 2nd place, we've got Pavlova's Gundam Bourbon, aka that Mihono Bourbon. And then coming in 1st place, we've got Laguna Zero's Summer Marozensky, aka the bikini has fallen. If you know that meme, then you know that meme. Anyway, we'll be back with our 3rd race momentarily. Don't go anywhere. Coming into race number 3, we were looking for a Smart Falcon, and just the same as group number 1, I can completely understand the lack thereof as far as the, I almost said special week, as far as the Smart Falcons are concerned. Now let's go ahead and get into this race, see who our favorites are, and see what we can do as far as can we cook up a storm. Now, coming in at our number 3 favorite. Am I blind? I am blind. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Kunoko's Rice Shower. At the number 2 favorite, way across the rainbow over yonder, is going to be Laguna Zero's TM Opera O. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we do have Butosei's Daiwa Scarlet. Now, remember, just because you are favored does not mean that you are actually going to be the best racer, because sometimes the best racers are the quiet ones. Sometimes the best racers are not the showboaty popular ones. Sometimes the best racers are the ones that are just gonna be there to do their job and get that dub. Here at the Niigata 2200 meter turf race track today, maybe we may have a quiet, a silent but deadly, not a fart, but an Uma racer here today. And maybe it may be this little showboat right here of a TM Opera O that comes around and takes a dub. Maybe I could have just been spouting lies. Maybe this little big old superstar that is TM Opera O may do the do. However, as we get ready in this race, unfortunately, so we do have a late start on that summer special week. Another unfortunate thing that I am seeing is this Summer Marozensky looks like, I don't know if she's supposed to be way back there or not, but it looks like she's trying to make her way towards the front, and it looks like she had a devastatingly terrible late start at least. Coming in first place, though, leading the pack is going to be the Daiwa Scarlet, followed by the Seiyun Sky. Here we do see that Summer Marozensky trying to slowly push up. Maybe she is going to be a pace chaser here. If she is, then so be it, but it is going to be what it is going to be. In third place, we do see the normal Tokai Teo, followed up by the Narita Brian. Then by that Smaru, and then by the TM Opera O. We'll have our late surgers a little bit behind them with that Megiddo Ryan, the Summer Special Week, a Rice Shower, 2 Grass Wonders, and then another Summer Special Week to round us out. We do see, I thought I just saw the Daiwa Scarlet kind of like go from running forward and then kind of stand up a little straight. That has me a little worried. As we get ready to go into this final leg, now we do see the Seiyun Sky kick it into high gear. As she gets the angling, as she gets the scheming, she is just going to take off like a rocket and just leave everybody in the dust behind them. Second place is going to be a fight against Summer Special Week and Tokai Teo. Daiwa Scarlet is trying her best to keep up, but it looks like she has already lost too much ground. As we go forward, the Seiyun Sky is not pushing as hard. Her lead has been lost, and it looks like Tokai Teo is here to show him how it's done. She's gonna Teo step her way into first place. Ho-ho! Hey, man, you already know that's what I like to see, baby. Yes, sir. Holy smokes, man. Hoo-wee! Wow, what happened there? Dude, it's not like this is a poorly made one either. I mean, I get it. We don't have the groundwork ain't working, but like, dang, these stats should have at least kept her in first. She's cosplaying my Tokai Teo, who played as an end closer, and I had her as a pace. That's crazy. Coming in at 5th place, we do have Butosei's Daiwa Scarlet, Little Miss Perfect. In 4th place, we got Kunimitsu's Megiddo Ryan with the Mesmerizing Muscle. In 3rd place, we got Joe, aka Difos's Seiyun Sky. In 2nd, we've got Pavlova's Summer Special Week popping off here today. And in 1st, Teo stepping her way in. The Fool's Tokai Teo. GG's, we'll be back with our next race momentarily. We are back with my favorite track, The Long. Now, as you can see, these Uma's moods are very up, down, and all around. It feels like I'm watching or looking at a roller coaster. For this one, I was going to be looking for a Fuji Kiseki or a Seiyun Sky as an end closer. Oh, we got one! We got one! Okay, so the Fool. We're going to be spotlighting the Fool's Seiyun Sky and see how they do in this track today. Now, coming in at the number 3 favorite, we have Pavlova's Gold Ship. At the number 2 favorite, we have Joe's Hishi Amazon, aka Difos. And just right next door, we've got Draguin's Tokai Teo as our number 1 favorite. Now, one thing to note is that we have seen an end closer Seiyun Sky get a top 5 and steal away the EPU, the extra point Uma. Now, at the Nakayama 2,500 meter turf, today is going to be the day. Will we have a back-to-back top 5 end closing Seiyun Sky? Or will we falter? Will it not happen? I am in the cheering section for it happening. However, we do have some crazy Umas here today. I believe this may be our 2nd or 3rd ever Hishi Amazon. She looks so pretty. I love it. Blue being my favorite color. Definitely biased there. However, we are going to see what these Umas can do here today. I cannot believe that this man actually got groundwork to proc. That is such a crazy thing to happen, especially with that outer post, especially with so many things that could have gone wrong. So many things went right. And so, Yotz's McQueen is going to be taking the lead for our 2,500 meter long. With it being a short long, I do get a little bit more time to commentate, so that is going to be good for me. Hishi Amazon is going to be leading our caboose, followed by those gold ships, followed by our spotlighted EPU Seiyun Sky. Now, will she have the mid-leg? Will she have the excel? Will she have the things that she needs to succeed? We're going to keep an eye out on that. In first place, though, we are going to have that McQueen, followed by the Smaru, followed by the Biwa Hayahide, and then a Mayano Top Gun, and then a Tokai Teo who's trying to fight for positioning against that Top Gun. The Seiyun Sky is starting to push up quite early, and it is looking very good for her. 1,200 meters left to go in this race. The anchors have been lifted, and they are running. The Queen is still looking relatively fresh, however, the Smaru is not. Biwa Hayahide already passing her, and now she moves into 2nd place. Tokai Teo is looking to pass the Smaru as well, so she can move into 3rd place. As we've entered into the final leg, under 800 meters left to go in this race, the outer lane aggressive positioning from Gold Ship is allowing her to move forward in positions very quickly. As we get the Duty of Dignity calls to proc, the outer Gold Ship is still very scary, and it is not looking good for us. Biwa Hayahide, Agnes Tachyon, and Special Week, as well as Tokai Teo, have made their moves, and they are looking to juice up this race. Hishi Amazon trying to do the same, however, Gold Ship said, it don't matter, it's Gold Ship time, and she's going to take 1st place, Tokai Teo 2nd, Hishi Amazon 3rd. Then I don't know who went in after that. However, that was... Oh, wait, where did the Seiyun Sky end? I didn't get to see. She didn't get 1, 2, or 3, but did she get 4 or 5? EPUs be damned! What happens? Ah, no! What happened? Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so... it being a short long... definitely does not help with the lack of stamina as well as the lack of guts. The speed and power, they could be interchangeable, you know, it could be higher, could stay where it is, that's totally fine. But I do think that was the stamina gut area department being a little lackluster. But I do gotta give a massive shout out to you, the Fool. Thank you so much for the EPU attempt. Always a beautiful time. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Coming into the 5th place, though, we are going to take a look at Smash King's Special Week. In 4th place, we have Laguna Zero's Agnes Tachyon. In 3rd, the Queen of the Amazons, we've got Joe's Hishi Amazon hopping off here today. In 2nd, we've got Draguin's Toka Teo. Teo stepping her way in to a 2nd place. And in 1st place, we've got Pavlova's Gold Ship. Just making her way in, cruising on in for an easy victory. GG's. We will be back with our dirt race very soon. We are back with our last qualifying race for group number B. Now, if we take a look, this is a lore accurate Haru Urara. I think she had 6 stamina. And yes, I did say that correctly. Not 60, but 6. And so I do believe that Pavlova mentioned that they do not have any more dirt medium Umas available to them. However, what I am seeing here, it's a lot of El Condor passes. And by now you should know El Condor passes. Hey, jump in on a hype train, get your stonks in, and get your profits. But maybe somebody stops that here today. That somebody could be the Smart Falcon. Way down yonder, we do have coming in at the number 3 favorite is going to be Butosei's Ogre Cap. At the number 2 favorite, we have Draguin's El Condor Passa. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we do have Kunimitsu's Smart Falcon. Now, once again, just because you are favorited does not mean that you will have the abilities, the capabilities, the skills, the stats, the everything in between that you need to turn around and win. Here at the Tokyo 2100 meter dirt track, this is going to be a medium track as well. Maybe these racers here today can show off and prove something to us. However, one thing that, holy smokes, wow, that was crazy. That just completely threw me off my track. If y'all saw that, then we all saw that. That was crazy. But that was wild. That final straight is going to be much longer than expected. So, will our Umas have that final push? Will they have the leftover gas in the tank to turn around and get the dub? Now, as y'all know with Smart Falcon, it is very important that she gets first place going into that middle leg. This will enable her to get her unique off. We do have 3 Smart Falcons fighting for first, and it looks like we are going to end up with one of them as the first place winner. Whose it is, I don't know, but it looks like it is going to be closely contested here today. RD Gamer is going to get the unique off on the Smart Falcon, so that will be good for him. Rounding out the rest of our Umas, we are going to have a couple, and when I mean a couple, I mean quite a bit of El Condor Passas, followed up very closely by the Taiki Shuttles and those Smart Falcons. Under 1,000 meters left to go in this race, and the Pace Chasers are already pushing up. They're already on the heels of these front runners. It is not going to be looking good for them. We do have some El Condor Passes that are already making their way in as we start this final leg for this track. The Tokyo 2100 meter is going to be tough, as we're going to have about 500 meters of just pure straight. El Condor Passa is going to take first place from Draguin, and he is going to be going as quickly as he can. And but I mean Draguin's El Condor Passa. Second place is going to be very tight between the Smart Falcons and Ogre Cap, but it looks like Ogre is going to make a little bit of distance and grab second, almost grabbing. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! She almost actually grabbed first place. Oh, the El Condor Passa gassed out at the very end, and she almost gave up her whole lead that she built against the Ogre Cap. It was so ridiculously close. I cannot believe that she passed by. Look at that. She had such a lead on the Ogre Cap, and then she gassed out and still won by a neck. That's how close that was. I cannot believe that. Whew. We didn't have any EPUs here today, and that is going to be all right, because in 5th place we do have the ever rising stonks of Yotz's El Condor Pasa winning out by a neck. Look at how many, by a neck from 7th to 6th. A neck, a nose. It was so close. Coming in at 4th place, we got Horion's El Condor Pasa losing by a nose. Then we've got in 3rd place, Joe's, aka Difos's Smart Falcon, a little bit low on the stamina, but was still able to recover and get a 3rd place podium here. Losing out by the difference of 3 lengths is going to be, or excuse me, I guess winning by 3 lengths in that 2nd place is going to be Butosei's Ogre Cap. Can't go wrong with an Ogre Cap on dirt. And then just by the neck, getting the dub. 1st place, Draguins, El Condor Pasa, ever rising stonks. I'm telling you, one day you're gonna buy into the hype, and that'll be the day when you start getting your profits. El Condor Pasa taking the 1st place. GG's, we'll be back with our last and final race of Community Cup number 20, the finale of Season 2, the ever-famous Twitchers versus YouTubers. Don't go anywhere. We are back with our grand finale race of the Twitchers versus YouTubers. Now, we are going to have a couple substitutions. So we will have Pavlova, who is a YouTuber. I'm the camera Uma. Kalu is a YouTuber. Mayfu is a Twitcher. Orion is typically would be a YouTuber, or excuse me, typically a Twitcher, but they're filling in for a YouTuber. Face is a YouTuber. Laguna's a YouTuber. The Fool's a YouTuber. Joe's a YouTuber. Draguin's a YouTuber. Galga is a Twitcher. And then we do have a random troll that didn't leave the lobby. They would technically have been filling in for a YouTuber. If they win, we'll see what happens. But maybe this could be an interesting storyline as far as this random being here. Will this random, who I have no idea who they are, take a 1st place in the ever important Twitchers versus YouTubers race, or will they get smoked by everybody else? Only time will tell, and that is something that we gonna have to figure out here today. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Draguin's Narita Brian. At number 2, we have Joe's Meisho Doto. And right next door to Draguin's Narita Brian, we have the number 1 favorite. Is going to be Galga's Special Week. Now we have everybody else here. And we will be here at the Tokyo 2500 meter race course today. This is going to be another short, long. And so will these Umas have the final little bit left in the gas tank to get through this race and take home the final crown of Season 2 for their respective platforms? Now, it is very heavily in favor of the YouTubers. I believe there's like 3 Twitchers, maybe 4 at most. The odds are looking stacked against the Twitchers. And honestly, some could argue it's about time. Others could argue Mayfu's in here with the 32 points this week. Maybe there's a world in which they get the dub and close it out for the Twitchers. But we are here and we are rocking and rolling. Sitting in 1st place is going to be that same Sky, followed up by the Summer Marozensky, seeing if they can make enough distance against the end and late Umas. In that pace-chasing area, we are going to have quite a bit of different characters. We're going to have a Meisho Doto, a Narita Brian, a Daiwa Scarlet, and an Agnes Tachyon. As far as our late surgers and end closers, we are going to have a Hishi Amazon, 2 Summer Special Weeks, Narita Brian, and a Gold Ship. Now, as this race continues, The first place fight against the fronts is going to be difficult. However, we do get a skill, and I believe what looked like to me at least to be a pace up from that same Sky. So she was able to get just a little bit more of a lead on that Summer Marazensky. Meisho Doto and Narita Bryan are positioning very aggressively to see if they can go ahead and get their way into a good spot as that final leg begins. The biggest issue that is lurking in the shadows is going to be this gold ship. She is already pushed forward and things are looking scary. The Seiyun Sky is going to get their unique off and they are going to be pushing it. However, these Umas are right on her heel. Typically, she would have a much bigger lead. Meisho Doto, though, is already pushing forward. Narita Bryan is already pushing forward. The lives of the Twitchers versus YouTubers are in the hands of the Seiyun Sky. And it looks like she can fish all she wants, but maybe she won't get it here. It's so close, but Meisho Doto is gonna come out. Meisho Doto claiming the final dub. The crown for Meisho Doto. And the crown obviously, if y'all know, if y'all were paying attention, you would know who the Meisho Doto was from and was for. However, we are going to have Pavlova in 11th place with that special week, the summer special week. A YouTuber, Galga, a Twitcher, Horion, I believe filling in for a YouTuber, Laguna Zero, a YouTuber, Kalua, a YouTuber, Draguin, a YouTuber, Feast, a YouTuber, The Fool, a YouTuber. So we've got the Feast in 5th, we've got the Fool in 4th, Mayfu, unfortunately, a Twitcher in 3rd place. And then drumroll. We do have Joe coming out here with a massive dub for the YouTubers. The Meisho Doto was just too stacked in more ways than one. And that is going to be that for Season 2 of Community Cup. Now, I highly recommend and urge you to join the Discord so that way we can get the rewards given out, we can get the auctioning, we can get the feedback and all these things for Season 3. If you do want to participate, be sure to join on Tuesdays around that like 9:30 area for 9:30 p.m. Central Time for future races. Please do join the Discord. And if you want to see more Community Cup action, hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow on Twitch and catch me live there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed Season 2 for Community Cup, and hopefully Season 3 will be an even bigger banger. Thank y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.